What up, my peeps? Yeah, I don't know how to hold my phone, but yeah, what's up, guys? What up, my peeps? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I wanted to post a short video of me currently reorganizing my bookshelf, as you see, and also I wanted to sort of explain as to why I haven't been posting videos since Halloween. Currently, college has been very hectic. I mean, it usually is, and usually I have an easy time organizing myself. But yeah, this past month has been very hard, to be honest. Homework is a bitch, but right now I'm semi-free. I'm finishing my trimester, so right now I'm kind of chill. So yeah, I wanted to record myself reorganizing my shelf and stuff, and maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll post my video on Dr. Sleep. I've been planning on posting a video on that movie literally since it came out. I was planning on doing it literally the night I watched it to get like my raw live reaction, but like I said, homework is a bitch. I've been very busy, and I know it sounds like I think I have so many people depending on my review, but it's not that. I just feel like even if there's one person that's watching my videos, I still want to explain myself, but yeah, so let's see what's currently going on in that shelf over there. I'm currently organizing this part over here. I already organized this part alphabetically, which is something I haven't done since I had all these Blu-rays. Honestly, I've been just randomly putting my DVDs and Blu-rays on the shelf with no thought at all. The only part I guess that's organized is this part where it has comic book movies and anime stuff. So yeah, and this part also, because this part has not mainly, like it completely has horror films. So yep, but I just wanted to organize it alphabetically, at least, because right now, at least to me, it looks like it's a mess. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Come on.
おはようございます。今日はラーメンを作ります。楽しみですね。じゃあ。
I'm currently almost finished. I'm done with this section and this section. All that's left is these two. So yeah, look at all this alphabetical. Some mistakes here or there. I'll probably notice it right after I record it. I don't know. I usually make mistakes, but yeah, so let me just put the camera right here. Sup. So so in between takes, I sort of had an idea. Instead of posting a whole video on Dr. Sleep, I thought I might as well, sprinkle in my thoughts on the movie in this video. So yeah, Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep is literally one of the best movies of 2019. I would say it's top 10. I want to first talk about the things I don't like, since they're very few. The things I don't like about the movie are the pacing, because the movie drags on a bit at first, unnecessarily in my opinion, and then right down in the middle it kind of rushes over, and that kind of puts you, at least it put me off a bit, but it doesn't ruin the experience. It's noticeable, but it does not ruin the experience. The other thing I don't like would have to be what was it? How could I forget? The other thing I didn't like about the movie would have to be the Billy. Yes, Billy, not the character. The character of Billy. I've never read the Doctor Sleep, but I feel like Billy was underutilized in this film. Um, the movie kind of, I felt like the movie was kind of leading up to his death and try to give us an emotional payoff, because at first Billy is this character that essentially helps Danny very, like, helps him a lot. He changes his life for the better. He gives him, sobriety, gives him a job, gives him a second chance, basically. And in that aspect, the movie is great. Like, I mean, his character is great. I love his character because of that. But the problem is that we didn't have enough time to care about him. At least that's what happened to me. I personally did not have enough time for me to care about him as a character. And that's why when he died, when the character died, I felt no emotional attachment, unfortunately. And I know the movie was trying to do that, but unfortunately, like I said, there wasn't enough time for us to care about him. So when he died, I really felt almost nothing. But one thing I do admit is when, oh my god, sorry, I just had a hiccup. But when the death actually happened, the way it happened, that really, yeah, it got me mad, but in a good way. It got the emotional reaction I wanted, because the girl who can force people into do anything she wants, like, she made him kill himself. When she did that and laughed when she died, obviously I was pissed, not in a bad way. I got the reaction like, "Oh, fuck you, bitch," I got that reaction. But when he actually died, I seriously did not feel that sad. I felt like the movie should have tried to give us more time with Billy, to make us really care about him. But, fortunately that didn't happen. But again, it did not ruin the movie at all. It just, it's just a little bit disappointing, honestly. But yeah, that's it. That's every single thing I don't like about the movie. Now, the things that I like about the movie are everything else. Literally everything else. Everything else. Especially the reference to Kubrick's The Shining. All of the references. I also love the villains. The villains are actually very interesting, and the movie perfectly gave me the reaction to hate them. And I loved that experience, hating them. Oh, fuck them, I wish they would fucking die or whatever. And then when the little girl finally defeated them, it was, well, she didn't do it alone, but when the good guys defeated them, it was actually very satisfying. And the way they did it, though, was very cool. I mean, even though I spoiled the movie here and there, I'm trying not to spoil that much. But yeah, what else did I like? I liked every single character, how they were, that the actors, the characters, all of them except Billy. Well, I did like Billy, but I already explained what happened with Billy. So yeah, I love that. The special effects were near perfect. What else did I like? Oh, one thing I really loved was the sound design. The sound design, like the soundtrack, the sound, all of it. Everything that had to do with the sound of this movie was perfect. It's Oscar worthy, in my opinion. Like, there were moments when the movie had these heartbeats going on, and every time those heartbeats were playing in the sound of the movie, I was always feeling very anxious. And if that was what the movie was trying to make me feel, then it did it perfectly. Every single time I heard that sound, I felt really fucking anxious. Like, damn. What else did I like? Oh, I love the scene where Danny was at the bar of the Overlook Hotel. Literally, I think my favorite part of the movie is the third act. That is my favorite part of the movie, to be honest. It wasn't like big and grandiose as you would think. It's not like a high budget movie where everyone fights. There's fight sequences or whatever. But it's still a very exciting psychological battle, and it's just so it's so great. I wish I could tell you more about it, but I just don't want to spoil it for anyone. I wouldn't like it if people spoiled a movie for me, so I'm trying not to spoil it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to organize my thoughts on the movie, even though it's been a while since I watched it. It's been a few days. But trust me when I tell you that the movie is great. I would suggest that you should watch it after watching The Shining. If you've never seen The Shining, you should definitely watch the movie. I would tell you to read the book, but if you're a slow reader, I would tell you to read, The Shining and Doctor Sleep before watching, Doctor Sleep. But if you're a slow reader like I am, I wouldn't recommend it. But at the very least, watch Kubrick's The Shining, because it would honestly enhance your experience with Doctor Sleep. Because Doctor Sleep's this is one thing I love. Another thing I love about the movie. One thing that Doctor Sleep does perfectly is finding a balance where it gives references to Kubrick's The Shining, but also references from the books, and he blends those two things perfectly. If you're a fan of Kubrick's The Shining, you'll love this movie. If you're a fan of the books, you'll also love this movie, because this movie perfectly respects both things. It doesn't pick a side. That was one thing I was afraid that this movie was going to do. I was afraid that Stephen King was going to interfere a lot with this movie and try to sort of maybe disregard it completely. But I'm happy to say that that's not what happened. It paid tribute perfectly to both the source material and also the hated adaptation. I mean, it's obviously not a hated adaptation. It was only hated by, Stephen King. So yeah, those are my scattered thoughts on the movie. So, if you want to tell me what you think about Dr. Sleep, put it on the comments below. Leave a like on the video, and share this video so more people would watch it. That's it. Bye bye.